When a thought holds you back from doing what you really want to do, what you would absolutely do if there was nothing to stop you, then that idea is a limiting belief. And we can absolutely get rid of limiting beliefs because they are essentially assumptions that we made based on some experiences we had. And this limits what we think is possible. Now, every choice or decision we make is based on some kind of belief, and most of our beliefs work at a subconscious level, which means that we are not normally aware of them influencing what we choose. And so the very first thing is to know how to identify your limiting beliefs. Now, there can be different degrees of self-limiting beliefs, but the ones really worth investing our time, energy, and effort are the ones that are holding us back from getting what we really want in life. Say you want to get a certain kind of result. Now, you like the idea of getting that result very much, but what it demands you to do is putting up a kind of resistance in your mind. Like, I would very much like to do that, but I'm not this enough, or I'm not that enough. And these ifs and buts show where an unhelpful belief might be limiting us in what we think we can do. And that's a very good place to start, noticing the resistance or the regrets and then following the ifs and buts in those thoughts. Also, it's good to remember that not all beliefs that limit us are actually bad, like being smart. If you believe you are smart, that's a very good thing. If it's making you confident in your ability to learn and to handle any situation confidently. But it can also hold us back if we think being smart means always being right, never needing to learn anything new because being smart means knowing everything, right? This stops us from exploring promising new opportunities because they might show everyone that we don't know everything, and so it means we are not smart. It's then that it becomes a limiting belief. Once we have uncovered a limiting belief, the next logical step is to find its power source, what's making it tick. Because once we know that, we can remove the power source to make it stop working. Well, that's a super simplistic way of explaining this, but it does make the idea clearer, right? So, how do limiting beliefs work? See, beliefs are ideas that got validated by how we interpreted any situation connected with that. For example, say if we interpret a situation in a way that shows us coming out looking good, it becomes an empowering belief. And if it shows us lacking in something, it becomes a limiting belief. And we go on to explain other non-flattering situations as because I'm not this enough or not that enough. That's why I got this result. And this experience then validates the unhelpful idea a bit more securely. It then turns into a non-ending loop, and the limiting belief starts to subconsciously guide our choices. Like, I'm not good with numbers, or because I know it's like that. Our experience is validating any unhelpful idea, whether it's about ourselves or about the world in general, is what gives power to those self-limiting beliefs. They are the batteries that we need to dismantle. And to find these experiences, ask, how do I know this is true? Whenever you find a thought is holding you back from going after what you really want. Now it's time to dismantle the source of power, break the limiting beliefs loop. And here's where our brain's neuroplasticity comes in. Its ability to change, to relearn things. What has been true in the past doesn't have to continue to be true in our present or in the future. And to think of it, was it even really true? Could the situation have been interpreted in some other way? Like, I used to believe I'm not a numbers person, and this started when I was preparing for my maths grade exams. I would pull late-nighters and put in as much effort as I was doing for other subjects, but there was always a very big difference in the grades, and so it made me start feeling that I was not a numbers person. And could this have been interpreted in a different way? Sure, like maybe I needed someone who could explain those concepts to me more clearly. Now, were there instances when this belief was not true? Yes, because I can calculate things pretty fast and pretty accurately without using a calculator. And I also like playing Sudoku. So if I pull these things together, then it turns out that numbers were never really a problem. The main problem was not having the concepts explained to me properly. So to get rid of limiting beliefs, we have to dig deeper. Ask, how do I know this is true? what could be another explanation for this, and when was this belief not true, when what happened felt like an exception. We usually tend to remember the negative experiences more because of what's called the negativity bias, and so this question uncovers some of the positive experiences connected to this idea, adds up more on the credit side. Now, even though all self-limiting beliefs are not this simple to break, as there might be a lot of other underlying elements at work, it's a very good place to start to get our confidence up at managing our life more effectively. And it's good to know at this point that our beliefs get a lot of power from how we feel about ourselves, because that influences how we interpret any situation. And so a healthy value of self-worth helps us see situations more objectively so that they don't validate any limiting belief. And this video over here shows some very simple psychotherapy techniques to develop a more realistic, a more helpful value of self-worth and self-esteem. I hope you found this video helpful. Take care, and I'll meet you in the next video.